Hey guys, it's Coaster Central, and today we're going to be reviewing the smaller Alton Towers, which is a gerstlauer infinity coaster and one of the best of its kind. So today we're going to be a fully in-depth review talking about what row you should sit in, going through the layout, and just talking about the ride in general. Now the smaller Alton Towers, we're going to start off by talking about the queue, because the theming of this ride is really messed up. The slogan was "Get Corrected." Like, it's such a messed up theme, and honestly, it's very Alton Towers, because only Alton Towers could pull off a theme so dark and twisted. And you should definitely sit in the front row for this ride, because if you sit in the front row, then that means that the ride will be less jolty. However, it still will be quite jolty for that finale. So the layout of this ride is it's actually a really intense ride. It feels like it goes on forever, just twisting for all of these inversions, and that first inversion when you roll out the station gives some really nice hang time. So you start off by going up a lift hill. It's not vertical, it's just a normal lift hill. So you go up and then you do a twist down, and then you go into a corkscrew, which is your second out of 14 inversions. And you'd think there wouldn't be any airtime on this ride, because the two drops are inversions. You'd probably think there's no airtime on this ride, but there are actually two really good hills that we'll get to later. Anyway, you twist through this drop, and then you go into a dive loop, which then sends you down into another dive loop, which then sends you into an airtime hill, which it's a really good airtime hill as well. Not as good as the second one, however this one sends you flying out of your seat and is a very good airtime moment, and it's one of the best I've ever experienced. You then fly into a batwing, which is quite it's not really a batwing, it's more of it's a really weird batwing, because it twists at the bottom so that it can shape with the Cobra Roll. And after that you go into a corkscrew and then into the brakes, and then it will play a little video basically saying saying, oh, you're halfway there, only halfway to go. And you're halfway through the ride at this point, so you've just gone through 7 inversions. All of these inversions are very whippy, however they're also all very forgettable. Because the ride is all inversions, the only standout moments are the ones that differ from the ride, and those are the 2 airtime moments, which is why I can remember the airtime moments really eating me out, but I can't remember the inversions giving too many positives. I can just remember you kind of going through them. So that's a possible flaw for this ride, but I feel like that was the whole intention of it, to make it feel just like you can't really remember anything. And first of all, I'm going to talk about the massive marmalizer in the middle of this ride, because it is insane. It has 5 different arms, I believe. It's like the tickler, the flasher, the hypnotizer. There are a lot of different arms on this thing, which give different ways to make you smile. And it's in the middle of this ride. It is massive. You go under all these spider legs all the time, and it is really an incredible theming piece. And it's got great interaction with the ride as well. You then go up a vertical lift all this time, and then you twist to the left this time and go into a corkscrew drop. You then drop down into a sea serpent roll, which is one of the only sea serpent rolls in the entire world. The other ones are on Medusa Steel Coaster at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom, and the 3 Rock and Roller Coasters. So, Rock and Roller Coaster at Disney World, Rock and Roller Coaster at Disneyland Paris, and Express, Platform 13, at Wallaby Holland. You then, after this really fun sea serpent roll, you go into the best moment on this entire ride, the Airtime Hill, which is this Airtime Hill. I can imagine it being what the ejector speed hills on the B&M Hypers are like, because you fly through it, and you get so much airtime. It's a solid 3 seconds of ejector airtime. It is really good. You then go into a Cobra Roll, which the first part of the Cobra Roll, you're like, okay, this is good, and then it just snaps you, and this enters the rough part no matter where you're sitting. No matter where you're sitting on this part, it is going to be very rough, because you go into a double corkscrew finale and then turn into the brake run. Like, it's a very brutal finale. Like, really, really bad in terms of the roughness. It is one of the best finales on a roller coaster, however, because of how wild and crazy it is. Hope you enjoyed this review of the Smiler Alton Towers. Stay tuned for more coaster reviews here at Coaster Central. See you next time. This ride is 10 out of 10. I forgot to give it the final score. It is a 10, so bye.